Hello, my name's Shalise. Welcome out to everyone to my Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, the best and worst of Season 4. This is the best moments, the worst moments, the best episode, the worst episode. So let's start off with the worst moment. Every single flashback, the changing of the theme, the changing of the cast, literally nearly every single thing that they did in the first half of Season 4. I don't care if you introduce new characters. You cannot change the theme, you cannot change the look of it. It's basically a reboot. It's a reboot of the show that was not needed after Season 3. The worst moment is the overall theme of what they made for Season 4. Worst episode, Another Day in the Diamond. What is this? Another Day in the Diamond, what it means is the diamond of the baseball field, and Madison create a freaking community there. So we know there's a big time jump. And the thing is, what I do not like about this episode is that we get to see all these character changes. Madison is now helping the community. She's formed a community of her own free will, and she's basically turned into a moderately good person. And everyone says, "Oh well, she's always been like that." To me, she was a selfish character in the season 2, season 3, but she's a mother protecting her own. I understand it. She put the needs of her family over the needs of others, but now she's kind of doing the opposite. And I really enjoyed. Well, I didn't really enjoy it. It's just I really enjoyed this character difference between the Madison season 4 to season 3, but I also hated it because it was such a big time jump. We need to have an explanation of the future, the past Madison to the future one. Same thing goes with Nick's character. Nick's character is apparently, he doesn't go outside anymore. He doesn't wander around the things. He was so shook up somewhere between season 3 and season 4 that he doesn't want to go out there no more. That's a big progression for his character, and we don't get to see that. This is like if Rick Grimes you see in season 1 transformed to Rick Grimes in season 5. We need to know what happened. We need to see this character progression. Yet they did a time jump because they want to make it connected to Morgan and his journey in Fear the, and how he transferred over to Fear the Walking Dead. Also, Nick going, like we see this future again, the flash forwards and flashbacks just ruined this season for me. And seeing Alicia come around and then Nick bonding with Morgan was kind of interesting, kind of nice. But overall, I didn't really care for this episode. To me, episode 2, Another Day in the Diamond, was just a waste of an episode. Okay, now, best moment. Let me just double make sure. Or best episode. Best episode, it also comes with the best moment, is basically episode 10, Close Your Eyes. If you don't know what that is, this is where Alicia is like a standalone episode. This is where Alicia is caught up in a storm. She has to be stuck in the south, and go figure she's stuck in the one place with her brother's killer. Sorry if I spoiled it for you. Nick dies. Didn't care for him as a character. Don't care for him now. Nick died, and Alicia's stuck in a house with a girl named Charlie, a young girl, who basically killed Nick. And Alicia's just tired of her being in here. She wants her a part of her death. She says, "Hey, you're gonna live with it for the rest of your life. You're gonna be lower than scum and all that stuff. You're gonna commit suicide." It goes to a point where Charlie nearly kills herself and tries to kill herself by going to a walker. Alicia stops her, and she just like, "You're gonna have to live with it." So there's this really bonding moment with Alicia and Charlie about forgiveness, and to forgive someone who killed your brother is just an interesting storyline. And the episode was hands down stand out. I mean, I bitched about the cinematography in the early season, but for this episode, it just really worked well. And I just really enjoyed Alicia's, not redemption, but her act of forgiving Charlie. And even when it looks like Alicia and Charlie are gonna die, and Charlie begs for Alicia to do it, she can't do it. It's not because she wants her to suffer, it's just she still can't kill this young girl who was manipulated in some cases, and is not necessarily innocent, but she knows she did wrong. She knows she did bad, and it's just a fucked up situation that you don't know what to do. And the fact is, she's technically a little bit forgiven, or she's there with her at the end. And the fact is that Charlie is there with Alicia, and Charlie mentions how Alicia's just like Madison, Alicia's mother. So that to me was just really showed progression of Alicia's character, how she's grown from this young teenage girl in California, naive as hell, to a standout warrior and a total control beast, and how she transforms so much like her mother. And now it's just a freaking fantastic episode. The episode where she was in, Close Your Eyes, episode 10, was a fantastic episode. I loved every single moment about the episode. This is one of my favorite episodes of all time for Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. This was such a great episode. And the moment when she can't kill Charlie is the best beautiful moment of this season. I gotta say, this entire season had a lot of ups and downs, but there were some moments that just make me come back. So Fear the Walking Dead season 4, that's the best and worst of season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. Let me know what y'all think. What is your favorite moment? What's your favorite episode? What's your worst episode? What's your worst moment? Let me know what y'all think, everyone. Maybe least and everybody. Bye bye.